think allowed the offense to roll in the first half? And then what do you think stalled you guys in the second?
In the first half, we were going with a lot of tempo, kind of put the defense in a bind. We were going fast. Second half, we kind of slacked on that. We weren't going as fast as we should be. Caused the defense to get into different personnel, and they were able to stop what we were doing.
Right here, Tyson. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow, I was taking the mic already.
Arrion, you've had times the last couple of years where somebody was coming back and came all the way back. Why do you think you guys were able to step up and make plays down the stretch and keep that from happening this time?
We just believed, and we've been working that a lot. And Coach Levitt gives some really good speeches before we take the field, and we just had to band together and play hard.
Tyson, center row, left.
Jonah, that 3rd and 12 play where you end up getting that sack there, can you kind of just take us through that? And obviously that was a pretty pivotal point in this game.
Right. I seen the tackle move down, block down, so I was free. Tight end came around, and I had a one-on-one with a tight end, and Coach Woody always preached that we have to win one-on-ones with tight ends, and just drove him back. And I seen the quarterback's arm come up, and that's when I just mirrored his arm, and then I hit his arm, and Ugo picked it off.
Ryan, right here.
Arrion, do you kind of like the fact that it came down to the defense in the second half to hold them off? And also, can you speak to, the interceptions you guys have been able to get in bunches this year?
Yeah, because I guess it was fun that it had to be on the defensive shoulders this game, and towards the end that it came down to us because I guess the fans would be more appreciative. If we do make plays, they get more excited. And the picks, we've been working a lot of ball drills and stuff. We studied their route concept. So the guys were just in position to make plays, and they made the play. So shout out to Ugo, Thomas, and Tyree.
Bill, back, Steve.
Charles, you see some of the Johnny and Brendan now over on offense, and Mitchell in his first kind. You see some of those guys kind of making strides throughout the week and in games?
Yeah, I told you guys right from before fall camp started that these guys were going to be special when they step on the field. They all do great things when they get the ball, and we're just all out there making plays.
Arrion, you mentioned Thomas already, but just talk about his performance today and what he's shown you in practice these last couple weeks.
Thomas is really, he's a special player. He has great hands, great ball instincts. And we're just, I'm just helping him out. Ugo's helping him out. We're just making sure he's ready to play. He does have more interceptions in my career than in 2 games. So he's a good player, man. You got to big up to him. He had a great game.
Back left, Sky.
Arrion, you mentioned that you hope a performance like this can maybe take a little fan pressure off the defensive unit. Has that been a motivation or a motivating factor for you guys as you've kind of turned into the punching bag of Oregon fans the last couple of years?
Sure. Yeah, we know Coach Levin and Coach Tiger always talks about us, the defense going out there, earning respect each and every game. We're just trying to do that, prove that we can stop the run and just be better this year on defense overall.
All right, Aaron.
This is for both defensive players. The offense put you guys in a lot of bad.
Aaron, I need you to do it one at a time and tell me, because that's how we set the camera. So you just have to tell me who the question's for.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Sorry, panelists do.
All right. Arrion, the offense put you guys in a bind in the second half. A lot of times, turnovers, not obviously getting drives rolling, et cetera. Did you guys relish the opportunity to go out there and try and win the game, knowing that the offense was not going to give you more points in the second half?
Yeah, Coach Levy just talks about us putting the team on our back, and the defense has to win this game for us this year. And just take the ball away because it'll be easier if we take the ball from them. They're not going to give it to us. So we went out there and just fought for each other. Everybody just kept each other's spirits up. We just had to play for each other.
Jonah, did you want to answer the question?
No, you pretty much said everything. Yeah.
Tyson Alger, front left.
Coach said at some point during the game, the UCLA game from last week kind of flashed in his head of just that sort of momentum in that game. Is that something that you guys can even acknowledge in a game like that, of just being like, hey, this is going bad here, but let's fix this? Or is that something that even popped up for you guys?
Well, Coach talked about it at halftime that that whole game, but we just kept I mean, the UCLA game, they kind of like self-destructed a little bit on defense, but we didn't do that. We just made plays, and sometimes they're going to make plays. We just got to learn how to bounce back from those plays, and I felt we did a pretty good job defensively.
Charles, with that second half, comeback that Nebraska was putting together, could you feel the fans, the Nebraska fans, kind of getting behind them, and did that affect you guys at all on the field?
You could definitely see the Nebraska side. They brought a lot of fans. I don't think it was anything it wasn't a surprise for us. We've practiced in louder conditions than that. We played in louder conditions than that. We just didn't make enough plays, and glad that our defense did.